the things I've said in the video sound like these are the sacrifices that you have to make. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about something a lot more practical. I want to try to help you to find money to invest, because something that I hear a lot, especially from my clients who sit in front of me for the first time, they tell me that, oh, they ain't got no money to invest, they don't know where they're supposed to find it from. And then when I go through their portfolio and I put them on a strict budget, lo and behold, the money reappears. You know where I find money a lot of the times is by cutting out food, by cutting the food bill. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 tips with you that you can employ to keep your food bill below $25,000 per month for a single person. By the way, don't try to use those sites, but if you're in a relationship and the 2 know the bill's supposed to be 50 grand, no, at most I'm looking at about 30 grand for a couple. Okay, but in this video I'm talking about for single people. I'm going to keep your bill below $25,000 per month, and we're going to jump right into it. The first thing, and this is the biggest tip, is that you need to start planning your meals. Don't just get up and talk about how, you know, you're gonna cook. I'm a feel for some curry chicken, so you would have cook curry chicken, and then you have to go find this. No, you need to plan your meals. What I do is I plan my meals every Sunday. This is partially because I have a type A personality and I like to plan. And I like to be, you know, as healthy as possible. So I find when I plan my meals that I can do that. But here's the thing. As it relates to the monetary part of it, if you plan your meals, what can happen is that you can eat the same thing. Like, for example, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can eat the same thing. Let me give you a practical example. Let me give you like an illustration of what this would look like practically, because I don't want you to come tell me that you don't want to eat the same thing 3 days in a row. But what I do is I will cook one protein. So for example, you're gonna cook stew chicken. I love stews. I love stew chicken. I love curry chicken. I love chickpeas. I love stews. Why? You can literally stretch that behind so much. So you can cook some chicken and you drop some potatoes in, drop some carrots in, stretch that. I learned that when I used to have a charity organization where I used to feed the homeless, and that's where I learned it. If you want to stretch, you drop some potatoes and carrots, which is why I love stews. So I will make like a pot of stew chicken, right, with potatoes and carrots. For Monday, I would probably eat it with rice. Monday and Tuesday, I'll probably eat it with rice. And then like maybe Wednesday, you get tired of it. You know what you do? You throw on some boiled banana. Or you can do boiled banana and dumpling. Either way, you're still keeping your bill below the mark, because these things are relatively cheap. Okay, these staples are relatively cheap. As it relates to vegetables, you buy frozen vegetables. If you're into that, you buy frozen vegetables in bulk, which I'm going to talk about a little later. Or, and this is going to bring me to my next tip, you need to start going to the market. If you're the kind of person to be buying produce in the supermarket, you're not doing it right, okay? If you're trying to keep your bill below $25,000, you're not doing it right. Let me show you the practical way, the practical reason as to why I say you're not doing it right. When you buy produce in the supermarket, you're paying for the produce, you're paying for the container that it comes in, you're paying for the plastic wrap, you're paying for the light, you're paying for the water, you're paying for the rent, you're paying for the staff. All of that, you better believe, is wrapped up in the cost that you're paying for that produce in the supermarket. But if you were to go to the market, the only thing you pay for is really just the produce, right? The produce and like a markup. That's what you pay for. So you need to start shopping at respective places. You buy your produce at the market. I'm not telling nobody say you have to go down to Coronation Market, or you have to go, you know, if you're in like another parish, one of the central miserable market, then you don't have to do that. This is 2022. There are markets literally on almost every corner. Even if you were to go to one of those markets, which is going to be more expensive than Coronation Market, it's still a go cheaper than in the supermarket. So you need to start buying your produce in the market. You buy your meat from the meat shop. Do not be buying no meat in the supermarket. It's gonna be a lot more expensive. Are you listening? Trust me, it's gonna be so much more expensive, and you're not gonna get as much for your money at all, right? So the only time you go to supermarket really is to buy things that you can't get anywhere else. Like, I don't know, maybe you need to buy paper towel. For me, for example, I buy paper towel in the supermarket because I don't need like a whole bulk of it, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. I just need like 1 or 2 rolls. So I'll pick that up in the supermarket. But essentially, guys, the primary point on this is you buy your produce in the market, you buy your meat at the meat shop. My third tip for you, my third point is you need to start buying in bulk as much as possible. Why? So there's this thing called economies of scale, right? Which means the more of one thing that you buy, the cheaper you'll be able to get it. That's why when you go to PriceSmart, you're able to get things cheaper than the supermarket. Although I don't know what PriceSmart is on these days, but PriceSmart, their prices be doing some boom flicking thing. I don't know what is going on. But essentially, you need to try to buy in bulk as much as possible. Some things you can get in PriceSmart. You can still find some things in PriceSmart that are relatively cheaper in bulk. You go pick that up. For example, you can get you can get a pack of rice, you can get a pack of flour, you can get a pack of sugar. These things you can pick them up in the supermarket in PriceSmart. Or if you want to go really cheaper, you can start shopping at the wholesale for things in bulk. Wholesale most times actually beat PriceSmart, which I don't even understand, because I thought that the wholesale people got their thing from PriceSmart. But actual underground investigation revealed to me that wholesale a lot of times will be cheaper than PriceSmart. So those are 2 different options for you, but you have to start buying in bulk so that you can benefit from economies of scale. Okay, the next tip I have for you is you need to, how do I explain this? You need to understand or realize, or you need to agree with yourself. That's what I should say. You need to agree with yourself that your financial goals are a lot more important to you than socialization, because that's another place where so much money is spent on food. Because when you go out, you buy food and alcohol, right? And I don't need to tell you that when you eat out, it's going to be a lot more expensive. You need to eat out less. Try to prepare as many of your meals at home as possible so that you can employ step 1, which is to stretch out everything and you can get more bang for your buck. But you need to eat at home or prepare your meals at home as much as possible. Don't eat out every single day. It's going to cost you. And I don't just mean socializing with respect to, I don't mean cutting your bill with respect to socialization, like going to restaurant and stuff. But even if you go to work and you buy lunch from the cook shop every day, you can still get it cheaper if you were to prepare your meals at home and take them to work with you. But whilst we're on the topic of socialization, as I said, stop going out so much. You don't need to go out every weekend. You don't need to go out every Friday. That's a luxury you probably have not earned yet. Okay? Those 2 cocktails that you purchase every Friday, guys, when you plug in the returns that you could be getting from that same money you're spending on cocktails, you're gonna realize just the damage that you really are doing. So when you sit and tell me that you don't have money to invest, you need to inspect these things. Do you buy cocktails? Do you buy beer? What do you buy? Do you buy KFC every other day? Do you buy KFC twice a week? These are things that you can look to cut down on, but you cannot be. Guys, don't even get me started on the partying thing with you buying alcohol at the party, like bottles upon bottles. That still comes under your under food, because you're consuming it. And if you want me to give you a little bit of a shock, guys, essentially what you're doing is flushing your money down the toilet. You know why? Think about it practically. You use your money to buy food to consume. What does the food do eventually? It comes out in the crapper. You are literally flushing your money down the drain. Stop it. Okay? Our goal is to, if we're gonna do this $25,000 per month thing, you have to commit to that plan. That's the first thing. You have to commit. Can't be going out all this time, because before you know it, 2 drinks and a 25 grand done. I ain't never reached market yet. So you have to agree with yourself that your goals are more important to you than all of this socialization and eating out and all of these things, right? The last tip I have for you, which is kind of like, I think you must know, but just to reinforce this point, is that you need to shop around. With respect to supermarkets, you need to shop around as much as possible to find the best deal, because I don't need to tell you that not every supermarket is going to be in the same price point. Even in the community that I live in, Jamaica, in Kingston, there are like 3 supermarkets within I don't know, not about miles, but like there are 3 supermarkets close by, and 3 completely different price points. completely different. So you just need to shop around so that you can try to get the best deals. Because literally, guys, if you can be saving money by just going to another supermarket, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you? And whilst on the topic of supermarkets, if you're gonna buy certain products in the supermarket just because of brand, I would invite you to do some research on these things just to determine that, you know, the brands are not really the same. Because let me give an example. Corned beef. I use this example all the time. People are like, I only eat Grace corned beef, and they snub their noses at Caribbean Choice. So the name Caribbean Choice brand, which is a much cheaper brand to much cheaper alternative to Grace. But they don't realize that Grace actually owns Caribbean Foods, Caribbean Choice, whatever it's called. It's the same product. So why are you willing to just throw all this extra money to Grace when you could just buy this product for a lot cheaper? It's the same product. It's the same product. Go research it and you will see. All right, guys, this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And listen, we're trying to keep our bill below $25,000. So if, you know, the things I've said in the video sound like, these are the sacrifices that you have to make to begin with. Once you start hitting your financial goals, you can work back in these luxuries. But the point is, you need to earn these luxuries. You can't just get up on one luxury and you haven't earned this. So just do these sacrifices. You're lucky this is a sacrifice that you have to make, because some people, they have to like give up they have to change places, change their apartments. They have to sell their car and buy a cheaper car, which is a lot more extravagant, meaning the process is a lot more difficult and the sacrifice is a lot more extravagant than you just cutting your food bill. So you try this and try to see if you can come up with at least even $2,000 extra a month time, and you go invest that in the stock market or invest that in wherever you see fit, because nothing on this channel is financial advice, right? All right, guys, if you enjoy the content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Guys, I don't think I'm a real YouTuber because I'm always forgetting what to say, but do that. Do the thing so that more people can see the video so they can benefit from this kind of content, okay? Ta-ta.